Um, how come my camera's not showing up? Okay then. All right, so welcome to the Crypto Andrew live stream. Let's kind of look and see what's going on with Bitcoin. Right now, the crypto fear and greed index is at 72. And I don't know how it's still at 72 because Bitcoin did breach 70,000. So that does surprise me a little bit. But we are still only at 72 on the fear and greed index right now. So I'm still have my long trade open right now on Bitcoin. I'm not sure what's going on. There we go. There's the screen. So I still have my long trade going on Bitcoin. I got into the trade at 68,000. And as of today, I don't know the exact top, but I was up about $700 on the trade. So overall, it's going pretty well. Let me kind of look on the weekly time frame and see what's going on. We're still breaking out on the weekly time frame. We still have the measure move all the way up there at around 109,000. So I do see that happening eventually sooner than later. The 3-day time frame right now on Bitcoin is breaking out. Obviously, we broke out of this. Let me zoom in a little bit. You have a bullish engulfing candle right now on the 3-day that's extremely bullish. The 3-day time frame, shorter term, has a measure move up to $77,000. So right now, to me, I'm still bullish on Bitcoin. Now what worries me a little bit is the money flow is extended. If we probably at some point do need to pull back, but overall, I don't think it's out of the question to make a new all-time high before we get that bigger pullback. The daily time frame still has more to go on the stock RSI. Yes, it's getting overbought pretty quickly, but it's at 58 on the stock RSI. So the daily is also breaking out, and again, that has a measure move of $77,081. If I jump down to the 12-hour time frame, again, you overbought already, but that's a higher high, and that's a very, very good sign. Now the 12-hour time frame needs to make a higher low, and technically, the last time you oversold on the 12-hour time frame was when we had that dump all the way down to 65,400, which is weekly support. And finally, we're respecting that as weekly support down there at 65,000. So that is a very good sign. If I go down to the 8-hour is bullish engulfing candles. I am again looking for more upside. Now I'm expecting this to kind of flag out here. We hit that measure move here in the trading group. So I'm looking for this to probably flag out here on Bitcoin and go sideways for a few hours, and then maybe tomorrow we can make another rally. But something like this seems likely on the 4-hour time frame. If you guys are enjoying this, make sure you hit the like and subscribe. I appreciate it. It does help support the channel. And this is kind of what I foresee happening on the 4-hour time frame, like some sideways movement, maybe slightly down, and then sometime tomorrow or Wednesday, you can get a move to the upside. And if this does happen, if we make a bull pennant here on the 4-hour time frame, that would also take you to that measure move on the higher time frame up to 77,000. So this seems very likely now that the 4-hour time frame goes sideways and you gain some momentum so that we can rally up to $77,000. That just seems like the most likely scenario for Bitcoin. We'll see what happens, but that just seems like the most likely scenario. Where does Bookmap have more liquidity? Well, right now, Bitcoin has more liquidity to the upside at 72,000. Right now, we're sitting at 71,000 right now. Yes, there's liquidity down here at 69.6, but even if we got a small retest down at 69.6, that's still a higher low. So it's likely to me, though, we have liquidity up there, 72,000. I think sometime tomorrow or Wednesday, we see 72,000. If it's even Wednesday or Thursday, that's fine by me. But that's what I see happening for Bitcoin right now. Now, I'd be a little bit worried if Bitcoin did lose the 69K level or 69,600 level. But for right now, Bitcoin has liquidity at 69.6 and 72,000. So I think it's more likely we continue the trend to the upside and go up to 72,000. But that doesn't have to happen. If I jump down to the 1-hour time frame, 1 hour on the stock RSI is starting to curve down. So again, we're starting to see that correction back to the downside. But I still see this. I still am bullish on what's going on. The 33-minute time frame is trying to make a higher low, and it is going to make a higher low unless we somehow lose 69,600. So that is local. That is a new local support there at 69,600. That's also where you have more liquidity to the downside on Bookmap. So 69,600 is a price to watch if Bitcoin gets a move to the downside. The 15 is already kind of oversold, and you already have a green candle. Something like this could be happening on the 15-minute time frame for Bitcoin, and maybe we don't even go sideways. Maybe we just keep pumping throughout the night. So the 4-hour time frame scenario is we go sideways and we make a bull pennant, or the 50-minute time frame scenario is we just pump right here out of this falling wedge up to roughly $72,800. That would be the measure move for Bitcoin. We'll see if that happens, but that is kind of a scenario where you could go. Now, if I go down to the 5-minute time frame, let's kind of see what's going on the 5-minute. If Bitcoin loses the price level, it's really simple. If Bitcoin loses the price level of $70,858, then you are going to go further to the downside. Otherwise, if you hold the price level of $70,850, I do see in due time $72,800 being hit to the upside for Bitcoin. So right now, the 15-minute time frame has a measure move up to 72.8, and as long as you hold $70,858, I do not see. I mean, then we are going to go up to the upside. So you could enter long now with a stop at 70,800, 70,850. Not financial advice, but that's just a trade setup that you could have right now for Bitcoin. If you guys do want to join the trading group, link to join it is in the description below. I have that's where I give Bitcoin setups and altcoin setups throughout the day, every day. Otherwise, if you just want to join the Telegram group, that's also free to join, or that is free to join. The Discord is not free to join. That is $30 a month. So that's kind of what we got going on right now for Bitcoin. If you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know in the comment section below, and I will look at your coins. I'm not sure why no one's watching. It's kind of crazy to me because right now Bitcoin is doing quite well. So that's kind of what I see going on for Bitcoin. I do see us continuing to the upside based on the 15-minute time frame. Now, if you lose $70,850, like I said, then I do see more downside. I will say I did open up a long on Solana. My long on Solana right now is doing pretty well. I entered at $178. I think it was 6x leverage. And right now my stop is 152. This is a pretty steep stop. You could really have your stop below this last local low at 171, 172, and that'd be safer. I'll move my stop up after the live stream to $172 on Solana, but I do see Solana continuing. Solana is like one of the best performing assets behind Bitcoin, and it's outperforming Ethereum. It's doing very well, and frankly, if you want an asset that's safe but it's performing very well, I would say Solana is your second best and safest bet. I think Solana is going to outperform Bitcoin. I think it's a safer bet if you are looking for an altcoin that you're interested in buying. So Solana is one I'll be trading this bull run. I kind of gave up on Atom, frankly. Atom just isn't performing well. So, frankly, I'm watching it, but it's not doing great. Like, you already have the 5.5-hour time frame overbought, making a lower high. Your previous high was 511. It's just not looking good. The entire market's making new all-time highs, or at least close to it, and this thing's nowhere near the all-time high. So, frankly, Atom's something I'm watching, but it looks like garbage compared to the rest of the market. Solana is pretty close to all-time highs. It's still a few $100s away, but it's a lot closer than Atom. So, that's just what I'm doing right now. I am not touching Atom. I decided to just trade Solana, and frankly, I think I'll be happier doing it. So that's kind of a very quick update on what I'm doing right now. Again, I guess that's just kind of all I got to say about the Bitcoin market. As far as meme coins go, I'm still watching Fish and Chips. That had a bull pennant. It broke out. Now it's trying to retest the top of the pennant here. But overall, I don't know. It looks good. Fish and Chips looks good, but I'm not touching that. 4-hour time frame did make a higher low. The stock RSI is resetting, making a higher low. You're above the 200-day moving average, and you're retesting the bull pennant. I bet that breaks out, and your measure move is 72. So that is another play you could do if you want to have higher risk. That's a pretty high risk setup. I would say 5 out of 10 on risk. But again, I guess you could enter this trade and then get out if you lose the level of 4.0. Unfortunately, it is on Solana. You can't really have a stop loss on this, although it might be on some exchanges now. Market cap is $4.5 million, so that is something to watch out for. Let me go look at Go. Go is a new coin as well. Go is Miss Maximus. This looks good to me as well, actually. Let me just make this full screen. Go to Miss Maximus looks decent to me before I move to the upside. I mean, that technically, by the books, that is a falling wedge. We'll see what happens here. But by the books, that is a falling wedge. And Go to Miss Maximus has a high market cap, so there's a lot of liquidity. So there's a very good chance that this does play out. The 4-hour time frame is making a higher low. You do have a measure move on GOAT to $1.30. Remember, the market cap is quite high. It's $620 million. But both of these actually look pretty good. And when I see a lot of altcoins doing very well, it just tells me that the entire market is bullish, and we are probably going to short-term at least continue to the upside. Now, I don't think long-term this is sustainable, but short-term, I do see the entire market pumping the rest of this week, and especially into tomorrow and Wednesday. I also see Bitcoin continuing to the upside, and I just said I see a measure move up to 72.8 on Bitcoin. That's likely If Bitcoin holds $70,850, Bitcoin is likely to hit $72,800 sometime tonight or tomorrow. That's just how I see the markets. More than likely tomorrow. But that's just what we got going on. Now, it doesn't have to happen, but it's very likely if we hold 70,850, that it's very likely you hit that measurement. We'll see what happens. But with that being said, that's kind of what I got going on in the markets. So if you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, I'll be back live Saturday, 11 p.m. Central Time. That's just kind of my market update. And I'll be posting YouTube videos and TikTok videos throughout the week. I believe I'm shadow banned on both platforms, but it is what it is. I'll keep posting, and hopefully we can get through it. But otherwise, that's what we got going on. And I see the market continuing to pump to the upside. And frankly, I'm pretty happy. I'm up. If we make a new high, I'll be up close to $1,000 on my trade. And this is, again, a long-term trade we got going on right now. So that's what we got going on. That's how I see the markets. I see the rest of this week being bullish for crypto and Bitcoin. And that's kind of what we got going on. So with that being said, guys, that's all I got. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure you hit the like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, trade safe. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for stopping by. Toodaloo!